Alrighty folks, welcome back to another video. This is your boy Sean Coop with Quick Bit News, where you get on the track to cryptocurrency wealth the quickest way possible. If you watched the last two videos and you got any type of information out of it and you're like, hey, I kind of got the gist of Bitcoin, I kind of grasp Ethereum, I might be ready to make my first purchase, where the hell do I go? This is going to be the video for you. For any person living in the United States, this is probably going to be like my top 5 recommendations for a beginner to sign up and buy their cryptocurrencies. As you get more and more in this space, you'll find that there are more, off the grid methods that people in this space may try and like lead you in when they talk about like DEX or like a decentralized exchange and all this other type of stuff. And, oh, you got to connect your wallet. You could tell them to shut the hell up because this is day one. We don't have time for that. As of right now, there are centralized exchanges that, although the crypto purist wouldn't recommend for you to do that, but just off of your safety and feeling a little bit confident on where you're getting your stuff from, these are going to be your top 5 recommendations of places that have been at least verified to a certain extent. They've been around for a decent amount of time. They have either gone through certain regulations or they've just now started doing like IPOs or other type of things. They're becoming more legitimate. You can buy stocks, you can do other things. They have a name in this space and you can feel confident with your purchases. I think the first one that we can probably start off with would be Coinbase. Probably one of the most kind of universal names in the space. They do have their issues every now and then, more so with just traction. I would always say when it comes to these recommendations, have at least 2 that you sign up for. Any one that I mention in this video, they will have a maintenance issue at some point. At some point, not saying like, oh, you're gonna just like wake up and your money's gone, but it's gonna be like a few hours where like one day, hey, there's just something stupid has just happened. They're having maintenance, they're having other things where you may not be able to make a purchase immediately at that point. So out of the recommendations that I'm gonna have here today, make sure to sign up for at least 2. Coinbase, although they have had those issues with being slightly buggy at times, they are the big fish in the space. Any project that you're seeing that gets listed on Coinbase, that's a big move. Their prices are going to go up, a lot of momentum, a lot of things going on, and not just because of that, the amount of tokens they have, the legitimacy behind those tokens. You can feel like, hey, once they've gotten on Coinbase, they've kind of made their mark, so to say. Not only that, but Coinbase has a lot of amazing services. They have Coinbase Earn, which I feel like for any person that doesn't even have money to start off with, there's no reason why you shouldn't sign up for Coinbase. Literally, they're going to have you watch like a 3-minute video. You can get the question wrong every time until you get it right, and you're going to get free money for it. So it's like, why not? Like you're shooting yourself in the foot almost not signing up. They have a lot of options right now. They just did their card service, which I just got. So if you're one of those people where you're like, hey, I want to get into crypto, but I don't want to just have my money there and I can't get it back, having that card option, some of the crypto you can get back using the card, you can get like 4%, which is pretty nice. And then the percentage goes down for a lot of other crypto, but that just depends on your preference. Like, hey, if you want to get your cash back in Ethereum, it might be a little bit lower than maybe some of the other projects that they're trying to like promote, so to say. On top of that, they're now doing a lending service. So let's say you don't want to necessarily spend your crypto, but you want to keep your Bitcoin, you can collateralize it and you can get a loan out of it. A lot of different things you can do in that space with Coinbase, and you can feel pretty confident with. Another recommendation would be Uphold, which is going to be kind of similar to Coinbase, but they just don't have quite as much market power, so to say. They also have a card service. I'm pretty sure they get about 2% cash back for their things. Uphold is really cool because you don't necessarily just have to buy crypto from them. They also have a lot of fiat currencies. So if you're a person that's on the go, you're traveling a lot, you're going from different countries, and you don't want to go through that process of exchanging, so to say, you can have the Uphold card, which will, I believe it holds like close to 20 different national currencies, and then on top of that, crypto. And you can also still trade gold and silver, I believe. So as far as there being other different assets that you can trade along with, Uphold is a very good option for that. And other crypto that may not be on Coinbase, you'll find on Uphold, which I'll have a video on that very soon. My number 3 option would be Crypto.com. I would say, as far as their name goes, compared to Coinbase, is probably going to be I would say a close second when it comes to, especially here in the U.S. Crypto.com has a lot of amazing services. They have a card service as well for anybody that may need to spend some of their crypto at some point. It is a little bit different than Coinbase and Upholds. If you don't have any of their native token, kind of like not necessarily like buying shares into the company, so to say, but buying their native token will help you get higher cash back, so to say. So if you sign up and you don't have any money, so to say, you get like 1% cash back, and then I believe it goes up to 8%. They do a lot of crypto lending services as well, and a lot of different staking where certain projects just holding on to the crypto and not selling it, you can get a percentage back. Crypto.com has an amazing forum for that. And they also are doing NFT services, a lot of things for like digital artwork and stuff. So if you're one of those people that are kind of on the more artistic-y hipster end of things, and you're wanting to keep an option open where, hey, they're doing things with NFTs and other things in that route, Crypto.com would be a really good option for you. And if you like the logo, it's like a digital lion. Number 4 would be KuCoin. Definitely underrated out of the other exchanges. I don't believe KuCoin has a card service, but I do not use KuCoin for that. When it comes to the verification of a lot of these other exchanges, giving your identification, your address, and other things, KuCoin is a little bit more lenient. So if you're one of those people where you're like, oh, F the government, I don't want to give them all my stuff, KuCoin might be the option for you, where you can feel comfortable not necessarily giving them all your information, but you can still trade and still get a lot of stuff done. KuCoin is also really amazing when it comes to newer projects. They're incredibly cheap. Like, if a project is on KuCoin before it's on Coinbase or anything, you have the opportunity to get that token before a lot of other people and before those prices go up. A lot of good examples of that would be, I believe XYO is a token that, it's not necessarily something that I'm going to hype up. I don't really care for it that much, but it was a token that was definitely on KuCoin for a long amount of time. And it just got listed on Coinbase, and like maybe a month or two ago. And let's say like you put $100 into XYO when it was on KuCoin before it got listed anywhere else. That $100, you just turn that into like a quick grand immediately, just because you went to the marketplace that allowed you to get the cryptocurrency the soonest to where your profit margins were going to be the greatest. And I would say my experience so far with KuCoin has been amazing. A lot of hidden gems, a lot of projects that have not gone to the more like bigger exchanges yet, and there's a lot of profits. There's a lot of room for profits with KuCoin. No card service at this point, but they do a lot of trading. So if you're one of those people that are like, hey, I got like $10, I'm about to try and flip this immediately, doing any type of trading, they have a lot of games and a lot of things where, hey, as long as you're just trading and competing and playing any other type of events, you can get free money from them off of that. And I would say my last recommendation, which I will also say proceed with caution, just because of the space that this exchange has found themselves in. Not going to say it's necessarily negative. I'm not going to say that they're scammy or anything, but beware. And that's going to be Binance. Binance.us, if you're in the United States, you have to use Binance.us just off of a regulation standpoint. But Binance, I love their UI. The app looks amazing. I believe they were getting ready to get a card service going. I think I'm on a wait list, so I really don't know how that's going to go, but they have a lot of amazing projects. Not necessarily Binance.us, just the original Binance is definitely larger on an international level than Coinbase. Worldwide, everybody uses it. When it comes to the Coinbase effect, when it comes to when a project gets listed on Binance, it's going to go up. That's a guarantee type of setup. It's definitely a blue chip player when it comes to that. The issue with Binance currently is it doesn't have, when I say it's decentralized, it has no ties to any country. It's a business that's like, yo, like, I don't rock with none of y'all. And every country has a problem with that. The amount of money that Binance makes, the simple fact that they're also building their own, they have their own token as well, their own crypto that's building projects on top of that, makes them a company to be feared. Like, a lot. That's like saying that, like, if Google or Facebook or something was like, you know what, like, let's just leave the United States and let's just rock out. Let's no China, no nothing, just Google, and like we'll work around it. No other country is going to like that. They're not going to resonate with that. So they've been having a lot of lawsuits, a lot of things where I guess you can say, the financial mafia, if you want to say, these big time guys in suits are breaking Binance's balls to the highest extent, and I'm not sure where that's going to go. I am confident. I mean, I want to say that they're going to make it out of that, but you can't be sure. Nobody can truly be sure on that. So although it's still in app stores, it's still an option, it's one of those things where you have to do your due diligence. And that's the reason why I said, out of these 5 exchanges, sign up for at least 2. Have that. I'm going to have links to all these things down below in the description, so you can pick your poison wisely. And if you want any like other information on other exchanges and what other tokens that they may hold, you can definitely check out CoinMarketCap today. When you sign up, you can keep track of all these different projects that you personally like, where you can buy those at, and the communities that you can find yourself in to ask more questions and become more and more informed as a retail investor in this space. So that's going to be my top 5 today. Any other person, whether you're international, whether you're in US, I know there's other exchanges that I've even personally signed up for, but what do you think? What are your experiences with these exchanges, and what recommendations do you have? Leave those down below. This has been your boy Sean the Coop with Quick Bit News.